Hello guys and welcome to today's episode. Today we're face painting.
No, we're painting the walls.
Oh. I've done this wrong. Check out today's episode. What's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. So we have been an episode of Lemony Snick. It's a series of unfortunate events here lately. We have had so many things not go right. It's just not been a great year, but it hasn't been a bad year. So having said that, Angel and I are here. Say hi.
Hi.
We are going back to the grassroots days. So unfortunately, I kind of got pushed out of my shop again. Somebody offered the landlord a lot more rent than what I'm paying. I'm not willing to pay that, so I'm losing my lift and all that stuff. So welcome to home base. This is where everything yard art racing started, which I think also helps us out because we get to go back to our grassroots, lower cost, cheaper builds if we wanted to, you know, whatever the deal may be. So catch you up to speed real quick. Obviously, like I said, shop is gone. We've got to move everything out this month. We are going to come in and clean up the floors and stuff like that, get everything cleaned up and ready to go. You can see there's a little bit of mildew and mold starting right here where it's been 3 years since we've been here, you know. This is my mom's house, so we'll be doing everything out of this garage, so we have access to it anytime we want. It has a heater, it has 2 garage bays, and that's it. It's just a basic, simple garage, nothing fancy. My dad built many cars out of here. This was his home base, and everything went really well for him here. And you know, this is where I all started, and here we are. We're back. So what we are going to do today is spend way too much money, right? We're going to repaint all the walls, the ceilings, and redo the floors. And the reason being, as you can see, we're taking everything off the walls right now. We've already got most of this stuff cleared out, which what you haven't seen is all the trash and stuff that we've got out of here right now. Obviously, I've got the golf cart, four-wheeler, jet ski, all that stuff's been stored here for a couple weeks, trying to get all this stuff situated and figured out. We did also, as another update, get rid of the car trailer. I got a 42-foot total, 36-foot 2-car gooseneck trailer. I had it for 2 months, lost the shop, lost the place to keep it. Immediately had to trade it back in as well. So we've got an all aluminum 20-foot tilt deck trailer now. So we will have an update video on that as well, because I've got to figure out how to put a winch on that, because for one, it's aluminum. It's going to have bracing, sandwich plates, stuff like that. But also where it's tilt deck, I'm going to have to come up with some sort of like roller fair lead or pulley system to get the winch to go over the tilt and then down to the car. So that'll be interesting. We will do a video on that as well. But today's video will literally be a quick time lapse of us stripping the rest of this stuff down, moving stuff out, and starting painting. And it's already currently 6:30. So we're running out of time and daylight, as you can see. Let's get to work on it. Is that the whitest you've ever been?
Probably.
These walls are so bright now. Like you can see the streaks from the lights. You couldn't see that before. Except that one ugly yellow light. That's got to go. We have got the first coat of primer down. That's the upsetting part, is look how dark it is in this first coat of primer. We still have to go back and repaint everything. The ceiling we're up in the air on. May or may not repaint the ceiling, not sure. Depends on how good the rest of this paint lines up, just because the ceiling flings everywhere. Obviously, it's the next day. That is because it was 2:30 in the morning and I was like dead. So I decided to call it quits, go home, get some rest. Also, get that horrible paint off me. You can see I still got some on me in my eye and stuff like that. Oil-based paint sucks. The only way to get it off was with like mineral spirits. Definitely not fun. Last night, scrubbed my face in the shower, just, you know, mineral oil in the hands, you know, no big deal, nothing. I'm not like scratching or nothing. Face starts to burn. Thing burned for like half an hour and I was like, it's 3:30 in the morning. I just want to go to bed. It feels like somebody scraped my skin off. So stuff sucks. Keep in mind, wear proper PPE. I did not. So I've got almost everything done. All this is done. I just touched up that corner over there because it was a very ugly corner. The concrete's not flat at all, definitely curved. Got this spot done. I got outside this garage door done about halfway. As you can see, the grout is right here, but there's nothing here or anywhere along those lines. You can kind of see the lighter spots where it's already done. So I've still got basically from here, right there, all the way back. So from here over and back. But that's it, that's all that's left. That means we're getting very, very close to being able to move into here and, you know, to get our stuff started. Well, guys, it's been a few weeks into this project. This has been a really big project, way more than I thought it was going to be, but at the same time, I'm really glad because of the way everything's went, it's going really, really well. So I'm going to give you guys a quick tour around the shop, and we will get this wrapped up, and then I will roll into a sneak peek of what our next video is going to be. Hello, Nick. Welcome. Hold on. What are we waiting on? What's in here?
Oh, no, we can't show them.
Oh, yeah, we'll wait. As if the tape on the box hasn't already gave it away. All right, so as you can see, we still have a ton of totes in here. I was managed to save my open sign that Angel's mom got me, so that was really nice. I'm actually able to put it to use here. You can see I've got my dad's signs hanging up. I've got my banners. Got my workbenches in here finally. Finally starting to find a home for a lot of this stuff. Some of this stuff's for sale, like the coilovers and clutches and stuff. Just stuff I don't need. Got a spare Gen 1 block off of, Paul said he didn't have nowhere for it, so I could have it. So I was like, all right, cool, whatever. If I sell it, I'll give him his money back for that. We got my dad's old toolbox, got the press put in there, air compressor's hidden behind this wall. We're going to run a hose up, mount it like right here somewhere so that we'll have drop-down air. But the reel that I've got, which is right there, is a manual reel. We need a spring-loaded one that'll auto-retract. Got the planes back up. I need to get 2 more light bulbs for the stoplight. Got our Pro Charger banner up. Just in time for Nick's Mustang. So he's had this car a while, has done absolutely nothing to it but put a parachute on it so that people would bother the hell out of me about how fast this car was.
It worked.
And it's not even hooked up. So I've had a blast telling people it's a stock car.
Hey, don't believe me.
No, everybody thinks I'm a liar, which well, at least now it'll be a little bit faster. So our next video will be a very in-depth install video on a Gen 1 Coyote Pro Charger kit. There's one thing about this kit that is going to be a little bit different than a standard Pro Charger kit, and that is he just bought this thing off of a guy who has a custom intercooler. So it has got a Treadstone intercooler, so we're going to have to put a mash slot in the charge pipe. That's basically the only difference. That, and it doesn't have any mounting hardware, so we're going to have to get creative. Not a big deal. We got the welder ready. Got a new welder since last time I talked to you guys because my other one died. The $100 one lasted me, what, 6-7 years? Yeah. Time for a new one. So we got a $500 one from Harbor Freight, and so far it's been good. Got this Gen 3 Coyote sitting here. Don't know what we're going to do with it. Either I'll sell it or put it in the Vic or something up there, being sneaky. We've still got a lot of cleaning to do. As you can see, there's still a ton of totes sitting here. A ton. So as much as it looks like I still have a lot to do, we are a long, long, long ways from where we were. So we got the shelves up. I've got some more shelves to do. I'm still torn on whether or not I want to build a workbench for this side or not. If I do, I was going to go the full length of that wall. As you can see, there's a little bit of room between the car and the wall, and there's a little bit of room this way. But there's really just not that much room in this little shop. Not for if you want to pull 2 cars in, which I'm trying to leave it where we can still get 2 cars in here.
By the time we get the totes and stuff figured out, though, you know, we got Pro Charger boxes and stuff, but, I mean, it's still got to be organized. So by the time everything's put up, it'll have a lot more room, but still definitely, you know, it's a little small, but it works. I mean,
we should still be able to get 2 cars in here to be able to work on them.
How long did it work for?
Oh man, this is my stomping ground. You know, this is where I started everything. You know, my dad passed away in 2013 when I was a kid. He always had 2 cars in here. There was a 57 Bel Air 2-door hardtop and the 37 Ford, which one day we'll be back to this garage. I don't know when.
Just put how many motors in? Pro Charger?
Oh God, it's done my Pro Charger kit.
How many transmissions?
Let's see, this car right here. One day I'll bring her home, but the guy that's got it right now will not sell it. So one day I will bring that car home. But I did probably 7 transmissions just in my blue car.
Yeah.
I put my Pro Charger kit on here, then sold it, so took it off. Then I bought it back for even cheaper and put it back on. So, I mean, I've done my Pro Charger kit at least twice in here. I've done several clutches on my back.
You put a motor in your car, so I know it's been put on.
I didn't put the motor in my car. When the car blew up, because he tuned around the knock and stuff that it had, and he felt bad, so he said if I bring it up there, he'd hook me up. So he sold me a new Gen 2 short block at dealer cost, and charged me half the labor to put it in. So it was worth taking to Ohio for that. It was worth for me not doing.
You took it to Ohio?
Yeah, Norwalk. The dude that did it was fantastic. They did a great job. The only problem I had with the entire thing was they left one of the strut bolts loose. Tightened it. Is the only problem I had afterwards. Guy's no longer in business now. I guess he got tired of doing that stuff, but he worked for NASA. So he did.
He go from working on cars to working for NASA?
He built some really nice Mustangs and stuff, and he also worked at NASA. Well, then he got tired, I guess, of working on cars all the time, and he retired from that. And I don't know if he still works at NASA or not, but I messaged him the other day to ask if he'd help me tune a car, and he was like, "No, I'm done. I'm retired." It's like, dang. Dude was really good. My car was kind of a fluke. It had a hurt piston or something already, and it blew up right after we got it off the dyno like a month later. So wasn't his fault. He felt bad for it, so he helped me out. But it really, realistically, I don't blame the tuners for stuff like that. It just is what it is. So
here's the mounts on the side right here. We'll have to make some brackets for it, but
yeah, we'll probably end up taking that thing to Stipes and having him weld something to the top, because I can't weld aluminum yet. I gotta keep learning. But we'll take it to Stipes probably and get a mount made for the top, because Pro Chargers originally hang from the hood latch and then mount to the side for like a safety. So it's got an up and a front to back, up and down and a front to back. So we may make something like that. I'm not really sure.
it's a nice intercooler though.
Yeah, yeah. You know, what did you look up what it was horsepower rated for?
I think this one's the race. They have this version, and then they have the race version, which this one's the race. I think it's got more cores. I know it's good for 1,000 plus. I know. I looked it up. I just don't remember.
Well, this car will not make anywhere near that before it blows up. So
I've got room for a long time. So dude upgraded it, so I won't have to.
Yeah, I've still got a spare intercooler sitting up there on the shelf that I haven't used for anything yet.
Yeah,
It's got a little
look at
dent
this.
in the top, but
They're
it's all right.
almost identical. There's on threes in this one.
Yeah.
Really, it is.
That one's bigger.
It's very close.
Yeah, that
Like
one's
the same shape.
I think yours is a 2.5 or 3 inch. That one's a 4 inch, I think.
Yeah,
4 inch
big.
intercooler.
You got a deal on that one.
Yeah, I paid $100 for that because it had a dent in it.
Yeah.
Pro Chargers or On3 sent the dude a new one for free, and he's like, "Hey, you can have this for $100." I don't care about that dent. Dent don't mean nothing to me.
Yeah, that's what I used to do. Like I would message companies that like made intercoolers and sold intercoolers, and you can email them, ask them if they have any scratch and dent models, and it'll show up just like that.
Yeah.
They're like, yep, here you go. There's $300 off an intercooler.
Yeah, ain't worry about
And
that.
it has like a scratch on it, or like some of the fins are bent.
That little black screen right there. My best friend died in a motorcycle wreck, and I found that, and I kept it, so that's all I got left. So that one means a lot to me. But as you can see, I need to get some pegs for that pegboard. We may end up hanging some pegboard on this wall, mounting some stuff over here. I'm not really sure yet. I guess it really depends on whether or not I put that bench over there. But the best way to use your space, I made a video on this once before in the past, was use your wall space. Because it's dead area. It's area that you can't use for anything else normally besides pictures, which I love that picture. That one's freaking awesome. Those are a bunch of my dad's old pictures. I did end up having to throw a bunch of them away. I hadn't been over here in about 4 years. This place will get water in it from time to time, which is why we did the grouting on the tile. And then I still got some silicone I need to put down on the doorways and stuff. That is just to prevent water from getting underneath them. And that water would come in and nobody would be here to get it out, and it would mold up the pictures and the walls and stuff, which is why we painted and cleaned everything. But yeah, so we pretty much got the shop cleaned up for the most part.
Still working on it.
Still working on it. Really appreciate you guys checking out this video. I know it doesn't really mean a whole lot to you guys. It means an awful lot to me to be able to get back to getting back to a different shop. You know, it's going to suck not having a lift, but
yeah.
you know, yeah, it will a little bit, but it won't be the end of the world. You know, I'm used to doing stuff on my back. I always did before. Isn't going to hurt to go back to doing things on my back again. We saved the wood from the tire rack that was at the shop, so we're going to use it and build some wheel cribs. So we'll have some wheel cribs to bring these cars up on and be able to get underneath them a little bit easier and safer. In the meantime, I'm not going to make you guys watch the rest of me putting stuff away because I don't even know where stuff's going to go yet. It's just a matter of trying to figure it all out and get everything at home. Next video we're going to do is going to be a very in-depth install on this Pro Charger kit. Not that it's very hard.
Nobody has any on YouTube.
On Gen 1 cars?
Very hard to find. You have one that kind of talked about installing them a little bit, but it's all S550s. If you go to YouTube and you look up a Pro Charger install for S197, good luck finding one.
Good. Well, if any of you guys are curious about putting a Pro Charger on a Gen 1 Coyote, I got you. Because it's going to be super, super simple. It's basically 4 bolts to bolt on a bracket, an adapter pulley that goes on the front, a new crank bolt, and then hanging the head unit, putting oil in it, and putting an intercooler piping on it. It's pretty...
That's probably why there's none.
It's pretty simple. But we'll do a really good video on it and show you guys what's going on. We've also got a booster pump going on this car. I've got a spare set of ID1000 injectors he's going to buy off of me.
Once we find them.
They're somewhere in this mess. I actually have 2 sets of injectors. One I'm keeping for Angel's car because it will one day get a Pro Charger because that's what she wants. She wants an F1A. And I just so happen to have a set of 1050X injectors already that I got off of a customer car or something. I paid him for them, so I got them cheap. And we already have them. So we'll be using those on her car along with some other stuff. And yeah, that pretty much wraps up this video. I really appreciate you guys for coming and checking it out and listening to me ramble for the last 5 minutes. But we're going to get this place cleaned up, get the rest of this stuff done, get on this Pro Charger car. We'll catch you in the next one. See ya.